Well, I start every day that way, like I'm starting from scratch with nothing. And first, it takes, number one, you got to pour into yourself. So you have to develop a skill that has value to others. So whether that's real estate, whether that's a business, or whatever that is, you've got to, number one, have a skill set. You have to have knowledge that is valuable to others. So and I've been through that, by the way. So 2009, I mean, I lost all my net worth overnight, just like a lot of people did. So I had to reinvent. I had to start over. And, the construction business I had became worthless because there was no work in the market that I was in. So I was one of the largest builders, just like everybody else. We shut down. It wasn't a bankruptcy or anything like that, but it was net worth and it was, liquidity. I had some money in the bank, but I had to reinvent and start over. So that's the first thing. Number one, you've got to find something that's valuable to others. So if you're in the real estate game, one of the easiest ways to start is by wholesaling. It doesn't require cash. It doesn't require you don't have to spend any money. You can go driving for dollars. You can talk to people. You can go to networking meetings, events. And I don't mean just real estate networking meetings. I go anywhere and just let people know what you do. Hey, I'm looking for, real estate. I buy, all kinds of properties, land, commercial, residential, whatever it is. I'm looking for property, and just make sure people know what you're doing or what it is you're trying to do. And if you're working a full-time job, you can do this after hours. You can look in Craigslist. You can look on Zillow. You can go to for sale by owners. You can do driving for dollars, and you can look them up. There's free apps like True People where you can look up and find somebody's phone number for free and call them up. And you just call them up and just say, hey, this is Greg. I was driving by your house. I was wondering if you'd be interested in selling. I'm an investor. I buy houses, fix them up, and sell them just like they do on HGTV. And would love to, just interested if you were looking to sell your house. And then you just let them talk, and you go through the whole process. It's about relationships. You get to know them. But anyways, if I had to start over, it would be in real estate, it would be wholesaling. That's the easiest thing to do. In business, the easiest thing to do right now in business, anybody can go out and make $100,000 a year right now with no money out of the gate by doing some sort of a service business that other people don't want to do, whether it's painting, whether it's cutting grass, whether it's walking dogs. You have Uber now, you have, Grubhub. So there's a lot of things that you can do to go out and make extra money that you can ultimately reinvest in something else and grow and scale it. So the barrier to entry to start your own business is very low right now, where it used to be you had to set up and get a business license and do all these different things. Like when I started out, I had to go register a corporation, I had to get a business license, I had to get contractors licenses, you have to get real estate licenses. Right now you can literally go out and knock on doors, which is how I started. Literally, as an adult, when I started my company, knocking on doors. Hey, I do remodeling, painting, handyman stuff. What do you need done? You have Craigslist now. You have all these gig sites now where you can do just handyman work. If you're an expert in a field, you can get paid to do consulting. You can run errands for people. There's just all kinds of things you can do now in this new gig economy that wasn't there when I was coming up. So if I had to start all over again, I would find something that I could do that's of value to others. And I would do as much of it as I can with every minute that I can, and build cash, and then grow and scale that business.
Yeah, that's great. It's incredibly rich. One word that just came out for me is it's taking action. It's the tenacity. I also, one thing that we haven't really talked about, but the vision of where you're heading. I would imagine that everything that you do is having a vision with some clarity of like where I'm going versus just starting to run. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah. You have to have vision. Where there is no vision, the people will perish, right? So you have to begin with the end in mind. So if you're starting over and your goal is, man, I have to make $10,000 a month, then that's your vision. You've got to put that down on paper. And if I can paint houses and I can make, $1,000 per job, I need 10 of those jobs a month. So I need to knock on 100 doors to get 10 jobs that are going to pay me $1,000 to make $10,000 a month. So it's literally that simple, but yet it's that powerful that if you have that vision of what it is you want to do, and there's this painting company. So literally when I say vision and I say painting company, I literally see myself at the door knocking, talking to Mr. Jones about painting his house. And then I see myself there with the brush painting the house in the truck with Greg on the side of it, call for painting. So that's what it takes to visualize a company. And it can be that simple. I need to make $10,000 this month. How am I going to do it? You visualize that, but you can sit in your chair all day long and visualize, like there's that whole manifest your destiny, right? And The Secret. Well, even the guys that did The Secret will tell you, look, the secret to the secret is once you visualize this, you have to actually go out in the world and knock on doors and make it happen. And I say knock on doors a lot because I don't care what industry you're in, you have to knock on doors. You have to talk to people, call them, email them, whatever. You have to connect with people to create opportunity. So you take that vision and then you believe in that vision and then you put the action behind it. That's how success proceeds. A vision, faith in it, the means to implement it. And it doesn't take any money. It takes time, energy, and effort.